This is the Unshadowed Thought Podcast with James Hall. This podcast is dedicated to Michelle Goyevich, Ed White, Caitlin Treacle, and I Chan, and also all the others that have lost their life as a direct result of psychiatric harms.
Okay, welcome to day 13. I believe. Yeah, it's 13. Um, so kind of going in the same direction as before. Everything's going really, really well with the fast. However, I had a low back issue before I started fasting. It'd be great if it just healed up or was doing better for some reason, but it's really acting the same way that it was so far. And so the more I sit around, the more I lay around, the less active I am, the more my pain increases. So with the fast, I've been laying and relaxing more and being more sedentary as I'm supposed to. I feel the benefits from being sedentary, like internally, but my pain is going up in this one specific spot in my back. That is different than the back pain I had earlier on in the fast. So I've been heating and massaging and stretching and all this stuff to try to avoid it. I mean, tomorrow is a hit week 2. I made it a long time. Very happy with that. But my pain's like really high. So, and it's getting like, I almost cried a couple times, like pain's so freaking bad. Um, so this is a me issue, not like a fasting issue. I've experienced this many times before when like I've had some other issue, super depressive or these other severe symptoms, and I lay around for a while. It happens always the same way, always everything. It's not any different than it has been any other time. So I got to face this. So I've got to stand and move around. I can be active. It doesn't mean I have to do a lot, but I can't just sit or lay all day. So now I'm faced with this decision, or I have to confront this element. We're all going to have individual circumstances. For those of us fasting that have either a disease or a chronic condition or a serious injury, we're all going to have something we're going to have to confront. I have to confront this. This has been a major problem for me ever since my TMS injury. This thing came on a few months after my TMS injury. So here I am. So today, like, still massaging, stretching, heating, but I'm also standing. If I sit, I keep it to really brief periods, trying to keep myself really mildly occupied while I stand, like, do the dishes, lean against the wall, talk to people, do what I can, even prop myself up, like even kind of sit, like find a place where I can tuck my arms in, like to a corner of the couch and not actually sit, but rather like kind of sit on my arms. Like I'll go to any lengths to try to relax and still keep pressure off my low back. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. Always something, there's always something. I'd say, I think I mentioned that yesterday, that something would pop up. So yeah, I'm onto it. I'm gonna do. I will not end my fast until it's time from something other than fast related thing. So even if I'm in excruciating pain, I'm just going to take it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and see and try to. I do not want to stop because of my back pain. It could cause severe stress and distress, which could impact the fast, but I'm doing everything in my power not to do that. I do not want to have come this far and then stop because of another issue, or something I can maybe work around. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. Uh, it's all right. It's all good. Gonna keep trucking, even though I say it's all good, but I had a really rough go last night and today. For that reason. But the fast has been pretty, again, extremely kind of predictable at this point. It's hard to get up in the morning. It's just slow going. Your body takes a while to boot up. Blood pressure was normal again this morning. Although when I very first woke up, started moving around in bed, it was just slightly below normal. And then within like 5 minutes, it was up to normal. So not concerned about that. And everything else just, just been the same. Nothing really negative, just tired a bit, But an interesting thing that I was thinking about was that I was thinking along the lines of survival, and for people wanting to fast. People have all these ideas about fasting. But the fact is that when I have to do something, or I need to get up, or something's demanded of me, like, our survival mechanisms are so strong. Like, my system, like, keeps energy on tap. Like, if I need to get up or to move or whatever, my senses become clear, and I feel perfectly fine. Like, if something demands my attention, like, I feel perfectly fine in that moment. Like, full strength, full vitality, energy, clear, like everything. Like, boom, I can do whatever I need to do. Does it last a long time? No. But it kind of flies in the face of this idea that like the survivor, someone who hasn't eaten, like, oh, you'll make bad decisions, and you could harm yourself and do all this stuff because you're going to be so stupid because you haven't eaten. While that might be true for people that are laying around without anything in particular to give their attention to, like, if you muster yourself, if you get it together and focus, or demand that your body performs, it will perform. It will absolutely perform. There is no question. Same thing for people that are doing a fast that thinks is dangerous. Like, if you really think you're in danger, try to do something. Like, I have full faith that I could run down the street if I needed to and perform a task and then come back. I've gotten up quickly and done something, whatever, my adrenaline shoots up, my heart rate goes up, all this stuff goes up. It's not really the most pleasant thing, but my body does what it needs to do, to get it done. If you were elderly or in your extremely bad condition and you shouldn't be doing that stuff in the first place, or you should be cautious about that stuff in the first place, then you do it fasting. Yeah, maybe something, bad would happen. But for people that are in good health or don't have that kind of concern, then it's very interesting to see, very interesting to watch, like, how strong we are, even though we're weak. I've also had people ask me things and do whatever that required, kind of intricate thought. And my mind had no problem summoning the thought process that I need to figure out whatever I need to figure out momentarily. Whether if I was asked to do that all day, it might be a different story, right? But your body, it knows what it's doing. Our body is far more intelligent than we give it credit for, or that we're aware of. So, kind of my thoughts for the day. Very interesting fact. So the longer I fast, the more all the skeptics of fasting, all the negative things I've heard about fasting, it's all melting away. I'm just like, that's complete BS. And yet it's so prevalent, it's so strong. People are so quick to believe it. And yet everyone that's saying those things. So let's check the BS meter, right? All the people that are telling you fasting's horrible and all this stuff, and all this, the sources that are claiming, all this bad stuff about fasting, or are quick to tell you the bad stuff about fasting, they're talking out of their rear ends. They do not know. They don't have the personal experience, and wherever they gain the information from was a false source. So all these people are dealing in fiction. They're dealing in fiction in that. What else are they dealing in fiction on? And this is how you tell who you can trust and who you can't, who's reliable and who's not, who's on your side and who's not, who's being honest and who's not. Whether it's a a media source or your friends or your family or anybody, like you got to ask yourself, are they just running their mouths, or do they know what they're talking about? Is this person that's reliable, that verifies facts before they relay them to other people? Or are they somebody that just babbles, right? It's one thing for someone to say, "Oh, fasting is bad for you. I think it's a good idea," right? And being wrong. It's another thing for a friend to be like, "I read an article that said this," or, you know, a friend of mine had this experience, or whatever. Relaying information with a source, that's different, right? That's reliable, right? But someone reciting information, regurgitating information, or granting an opinion that has no basis in reality, well, then they're accountable for that, right? At least in my mind. So it helps me sort out like all this, along with other things that I've done where I found the truth, I verified the truth for myself and verified it with others, been 100% sure of the truth. And I have people telling me something that's counterintuitive or directly against that. It's really revealing. It's really valuable to know who's full of it and who's not and why, right? So when you learn the truth, you can measure the truth against others and other things, right? And you gain way more information and truth. Like it's like a multiplier. Then you learn a ton more about, you see, like when you know someone's lying and you watch them lie, like you're learning all kinds of things about them, all the kinds of things about their environment, who they associate with, where they get their information from. Like it's just this treasure trove of information once you know the truth, right? This is another reason why being honest, telling the truth, and knowing the truth are so vitally important. It allows you to sort everything else out. Really, that skill alone is just completely invaluable, and I'd argue that much more valuable than a lot of the learning that we do in institutions and stuff like that. So yeah, something to think on as well. And that being said, keep it kind of short today. I'm gonna go hang out and try to stand around some more. And if I can get this pain under control, then I'll be really, really happy with the spot I'm in. So, it takes a couple of days. Once I ramp this pain up, it takes a couple of days to get it back down again. So if I can manage to have good habits for a few days, I might be back in a good spot, keep myself in a good spot. And then maybe even if I lay around for a few days or am more tired at the end of my fast, it won't impact me in a severe way. So maybe I'll be set to ride the rest of the way out without too much pain. So we'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day.